All right, ladies and gentlemen, we continue our live broadcast on the 91X Morning Show from our Casa de Coachella. It is 8:44, and we are joined by our first guest of the entire festival, breaking our proverbial cherry. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, Farrell. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to sit here. It's always awkward when I'm sitting here with the artist and we're playing his song, especially a song that's, you know, many years removed from what you're currently doing now. But thanks for being a good sport. We were talking about off the air, saying, you know, we're listening to Stop, and I was asking you, you know, with all you've got so many different projects going on, whether it be your straight DJ stuff or precision guided musicians, which is a happening, a party with a lot of electronic musicians. Have you, now that you're so familiar with the world of, you know, electronic music, you have been tempted to go back and revisit the whole Jane's material electronically?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the concept definitely appeals to me. I've got a new track that I remixed from Superhero, which was a record that we did in 2003, and it's the theme for Entourage.
Yeah.
So we took the Superhero and remixed it with this fellow Steve Porter, who I'm going to be battling soon enough at 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, it's happening. You versus Steve Porter at the Sahara tent today at 3 at Coachella.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know who Steve Porter is, if you go on YouTube, you can see some of the videos that he's a DJ VJ, but he's so amazing. The NBA just hired him for all the playoff advertisements. You see
the focus. Oh, yeah.
He started out doing the Allen Iverson. We're talking about practice, and then he did one with Henry Rollins when Henry, you know, does his poetry slams, and he went up there and he said, you know, I don't get this DJ stuff. This guy's been up there with the
Oh, he made that one?
Yeah.
I've seen that one. That was good. I think that was without Henry Rollins' permission on that one, right? That was just a freestyle remix.
Yeah, he's been doing it all with nobody's permission, obviously. Even the slap chopper, Vince does the slap chopper.
Yeah, the slap chopper.
Slap chopper,
yeah, slap
he did that one too. So he's going to be DJing, VJing, and dropping beats for us. And we're going to come out, Perry and Nettie, our posse does cabaret of music.
Cabaret,
it's like modern cabaret set to house music.
And the interesting thing about you is, I mean, from your quote-unquote humble beginnings, which means addiction, I mean, you're a mixed medium artist at this point. I mean, it's everything.
Why not?
Well, why not, indeed? I mean, you've got so many tools at your disposal. It's just a matter of learning how to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you've done. And so, obviously, we'll see a good example. That's not just a DJ set. I want to make sure I establish that. What's happening today, 3 o'clock, Sahara tent, Farrell versus Steve Porter. This is a mixed medium happening.
Yeah, cabaret.
Cabaret.
Live players, dancers. Video wall, DJ.
Now, that's one element of what you're doing. Another element is the precision-guided musicians, and also doing that with your precision-guided musicians with your wife, or is it just precision-guided?
No, precision-guided musicians is something. It's a concept that we've developed this year. It's going to happen. It's going to spin off of Lollapalooza. So it'll be a component of Lollapalooza, and then become after parties in Chicago. But we're going to bring precision-guided musicians to the West Coast, and it happens sometime this year.
Fantastic, and that's a party. That's what it is. It is a party that happens to have a soundtrack and a visual element to it and everything.
I say it simply,
Yes,
yes.
well, I'm a simple man. Forgive me.
Yes, no, that's fine. I love the word party.
Yeah, and that said, how is it for you, talking about Lollapalooza, how is it for you to be here at the Coachella Festival and you know, actually maybe get to relax a little bit? Because, you know, you're the Lollapalooza guy. It's like, you know, that's your baby. And that's so much work that goes into something like that. I mean, for you to be at someone else's festival, can you just kind of kick back and know what's going on behind the scenes?
Well, I don't really kick back. I mean, here I am. I got up at 6. I only went to bed at like 2:33.
It didn't mean that you were taking it easy so much as it's, you know, you can be here, you can perform, and not worry about the execution of the event.
Yeah, but because I'm performing, there's so much. Like yesterday, we were rehearsing in the hotels, and all that set up. You know, the dancers are driving out here, and you never know where they're going to end up, man. So you got to kind of corral everybody.
Practicing in a hotel, I'm sure the unsuspecting people who are not here for Coachella were subjected to quite the racket, right?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, they stuck their head in.
And of course, so let's talk about Lollapalooza for a moment. Lineup has been announced in a pretty innovative fashion, actually. I thought that was very cool. The way it was released on the website. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
We needed Vanilla White here.
You didn't have when it was the, you know, the what is that show called? I'm blank here. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it was revealed in Wheel of Fortune style. So that's happening. The lineup has been announced. Full steam ahead as far as that goes.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you've got this, and then a new James record. Not only a new James record, but a new bass player who is very familiar to fans of rock and roll music. That would be Duff.
Yes.
Duff McKagan. Yeah, that's incredible. So you guys are working on it. You're wrapped. Where's status for James?
No, so we're in the middle of writing. So right now we've just got, I wouldn't call them scraps because some of them are pretty developed, but we've probably got 15 songs. And of course we're going to keep writing for another month. And then I want to come out with just a body of 45 minutes.
That's it.
45 minutes, so who knows how long, how many songs it will be, but it's more like minutes.
So you're saying that is the optimal amount of music?
I think today, to sit and listen to one record of the same people making songs, because it's the iPod generation, and the DJ generation, so it's one song followed by somebody else's, really. But if you want to put together something beautiful, I think people would permit us, James Addiction, to do that for them.
I think that they would. I think people are very excited. This is looking at a middle of 2011 release, right?
It'll be February next year.
Oh, February, so early 2011. Well, you know, in the spirit of brevity, you being a student of the digital generation as I am myself, thank you so much for joining us here today. We're so grateful, Perry. 3 p.m. Sahara tent here at Coachella, Perry Farrell versus Steve Porter. Where can we get the Skyscraper remix? Is that something we can get from you, from your website?
You mean the superhero?
Superhero. I'm sorry, superhero.
The superhero remix, so far nowhere.
Okay.
But we have, Capitol Records has actually put the money up for it because obviously Superhero came off of Strays in the 2003 release. But we're talking to an amazing record label out of London that's digital music, putting the single out. So it'll be out pretty soon. We look for it within the next month.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future with Perry Farrell. Round of applause for Perry joining us. We'll be back. Temperature App's going to be joining us. We'll get into punk rock.